Hey guys, it's Kale the Quick here with Easter Egg Productions. This week, for our podcast type thing we're trying out, called Sounding Board, we have myself, Kale the Quick here, and Surrealism,
Yo.
and Jonan.
I'm right here.
Yeah, and just a little bit of background. Surrealism and we founded Easter Egg Productions many millennia ago, in the beginning of all time, and Jonan here is a writer that helps us out.
Occasionally.
Yeah, he
Also
does.
our voice actor as soon as we need one of those.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Can
I'm
I just-
going to go ahead and just disappoint everyone's expectations
And
right
as
now.
all of our viewers can tell, we're in no need of any more voice actors.
No. Yeah, stop sending your resumes out to us, guys. I can't get through all of them.
Yeah, so that's actually a good starting point, actually. Voice acting. So last week we talked about making a video game. We had Ishwar here. And, let's see, we talked about making what ended up being called Human Resources, which was like a 4X game. And so that was kind of a video game. So let's try something that actually require voice acting. Surrealism. Give me an idea for a show.
A show?
All right.
Game.
So, we all know and are thoroughly sick of the harem anime genre, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Love already came out. I mean,
So, what if the reason that the guy at the center of all these women is
Well, let's hold on. Let's explain for those who don't know
for those
the
who
harem
don't know
genre.
what a harem series is,
A little
harem
bit.
series is one usually having a heterosexual male protagonist who is surrounded by young, eligible women who all want his dick. It becomes a contest of who gets his dick first. Is it the first girl who meets him, which is usually the case? Is it
90%,
the
95%?
feisty girl who doesn't like him but gradually comes to like him? Is it the
Usually
girl who
also the first
secretly
one.
like? Is it the girl who secretly likes him but is not able to speak her mind out loud, which usually isn't the case unless your name is Naruto? Is it the mysterious, enigmatic girl that invents crazy science devices so they can all have fun adventures?
Sounds
the
very
Washu
specific.
No. Ever since Tenchi Muyo, that became a really popular thing. You see, when the writer
okay.
wants to spitball out I want to have them in space. You have the Washu inventor girl go like, "Oh hi, I created a thing, and we're gonna go and explore." And they're like, "Oh
Morty.
okay." Oh no, I grabbed your boobs instead of the steering wheel. Oh, I'm sorry.
That is the steering wheel.
And Negima did it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right. Negima did it too, didn't they?
All right. So there's a bunch of good
They didn't
examples.
need to.
General rundown.
Oh,
So-
and the biggest thing is because the entire crux of the series is who will he get with eventually, the protagonist cannot actually commit to any of these girls or show any strong interest in any because every fan will create their own favorite girl, and if you rule out the other girls, you lose their viewership. Therefore, the show cock teases you for 3 seasons before anything happens, if it does. And at best, you can get a Tenchi ending, where in the Tenchi series, he ends up with all of them. Which doesn't actually happen a lot now that I
I've
think
discovered polygamy.
No, it's pretty much
Da-da-da-da.
never a thing.
it's Tenchi.
No, usually you get some sort of cop-out ending where, it fades out on the guy saying, I love you all too much to choose one or something, even though he's never actually shown any serious degree of affection or even attraction to any of them.
Why could that
So-
be?
What if the reason he never showed any affection or attraction to any of them is because he was gay? I mean, we've all thought it.
Yeah.
The staple of the harem genre is the guy running away when one of the girls makes a move on him.
And it's like, I've got you pinned down in my bed. What are you gonna do? Well,
Ninja vanish?
Can he also be a ninja? I mean,
there's nothing
No.
stopping
See,
him.
this... All right.
Diary of a Gay Ninja. I already had the title, but I'll throw it out. Well, no, I'll save it. I'll save that.
Put a pin in that one.
Yeah, all right, next week.
Next week, Diary of a Gay Ninja.
All right. So here's what I'm laying down for you.
Alright.
In addition to the harem genre, you have a few other cliches of anime that I'm sick of. So let's knock a few out at once here, okay?
Oh yeah, easily. What?
So no matter how competent everyone in the world is, the main character always ends up being the strongest, right?
Oh, totally. Especially in the harem series. I mean,
Not
in the
this
harem-
guy.
Because conflict is usually not important in the harem series. What's important is the girls interacting. The hero gets to be peerless in most cases. Look at Tenchi Muyo, for example.
What if it was like a combination of a harem, like shonen fighting thing?
Yeah,
like
no.
how
Throw it all in the blender.
What, you mean Negima?
maybe I haven't seen Negima.
Yeah,
I saw a
Negima-
review of some shitty
Yeah,
anime called Asterisk War.
They did have a Negima did have a legitimate reason for the protagonist not making a move, in that he was 10 and all the girls were sort of pedophiles.
He was 10 for a while. Then he had the thing where he made himself 16 because the story behind Negima was that the writer really wanted to write a fighting series, but he's the guy who made Love Hina. And so his producers and his handlers were like, we need you to make a harem series because you made the greatest harem series. And he's like, oh, all right.
Well, I'll make you a harem series. I'll make you the harem series to end all harem series.
So then he made a fighting
Basically a
series.
shonen.
And then they got really upset with him at him making like more emphasis on tournaments and fighting and less emphasis on cock teasing. So he ended it really unspectacularly.
Yeah, well, that's...
He's like, I already have a
stretched
lot.
on for long enough that it was never going to have a good ending.
Yeah, he's like,
Kill it before it's bad.
I already have a lot of money.
Do what you must, I have already won.
I already wrote like an erotic scene with a robot being wound. I mean, that's all I ever wanted.
Is there anything beyond that in terms of human fetish?
Rocket Boots, which he also had.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Okay, so
I wish I liked that series
So
more than I
number-
did.
harem anime where there's a legit reason for the guy not to make a move.
Okay.
Number 2, the guy's combat potential is probably the lowest in the entire series. In fact, I'm going to say that the reason he has a harem is he is seducing women who are more powerful than himself.
That's why he doesn't want to say outright that he's gay.
Yeah,
He's afraid.
No, he doesn't want to say outright he's gay because all the strongest people he meets are women. And his only power is that he's really good at convincing people to do stuff. Also,
Or, you know,
go out
he's-
on a limb and assume he's going to be hot.
Oh, he's getting attacked by people, right? Like he has a reason that people are hunting him down,
Yeah.
and these women will fight the people off with their like superpowers. So he knows that the only way he can survive is by leading them on. I think. Do we just make Hunger Games?
No.
No.
Not
No,
even
no,
God, no.
She's surviving by leading him on because he gets the ratings higher. That's different.
Yeah. So yeah, we can discuss his motivation later,
All right.
but there are a few important things here. All right, one is his only capability is charisma. 2,
All right.
gay. 3, I'm going to say probably already has a boyfriend. Because that allows... I mean, there's some comedic potential to hiding a homosexual relationship in the middle of a harem anime.
Oh, could we have his boyfriend be a reasonable person, and he non-verbally lets the guy know that he has to hide this, and because they're in a good relationship where they understand each other, he doesn't question it and goes along with it.
They should just they should be like just a great couple. Like they should discuss it like at detail in the beginning
Yeah.
because they don't go into things without
No,
talking.
not at the beginning. You can't
No.
spoil it from the viewer like that.
So,
Like,
yeah, what you do-
episode 3.
You have some shenanigan happen, and he's like, "Oh no, this is just my friend Coach Taru. We were in school together," and he glares at him. And at which point he says, "Ah, yes, I was just helping him into his bathing shorts because he needed to go to the pool with you girls." And then later they're like, "We'll discuss this later." And then they discuss it later, like a reasonable couple. And it turns out just the girls are crazy.
So in order to maintain this guy's status as a sympathetic character, some of the girls need to be unsympathetic, so you don't mind seeing them strung along. So I'm thinking at least the first girl tsundere type is also a yandere type. Or alternatively, she just refuses to admit she was tricked, so even when she finds out he's gay, she keeps like making moves on him.
Yeah, all right, that could work. So there's like
Or is otherwise compelled to keep his secret while trying to hint at it, resulting in, her dere moments where she's really... Dere is the angry one, right?
Dere is love.
Okay.
Dere is
Soon.
thump thump.
Okay.
Soon means spiky.
So her spiky moments are when she's trying to out him or just get him killed by the people trying to kill him or whatever. Ruin whatever his master plan is. Then her, I guess, thump thump dere moments
Dere.
are when she forgets he's gay and remembers he's hot.
So this is interesting.
So there's like fighting in the show, right?
Obviously. Yeah.
Obviously.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's mostly a comedy, so the fights just last long enough to, give a good light show and then end.
I remember there was a reverse harem series about a magical girl with 7 really hot dudes that all want her affection, and she can fuse with them to become like superpowered and fight bad guys.
Yeah, that was Snow White, wasn't it?
It was based on Snow White, yes.
Oh, it was
what was
okay.
it called? I think it was called Preetor. Let me see if I can look it up. But yeah, I don't remember how that one went. I just remember like seeing it at a glance and just going, "Well, that's novel."
So yeah, in episode 1, at the very least, these characters need to be introduced as the biggest cliches. You know, you have the really vanilla protagonist, and it turns out that he just doesn't have a personality at the beginning because he's testing the waters.
You make like a Kirito-looking motherfucker here with like the brown hair and
Yeah, but he looks totally different when he washes his makeup off.
So, like, have that stark transition, like One Punch Man.
Yeah,
He just looks so bland and like I can project myself onto this guy, and then he looks over his shoulder and does the Magnum look from fucking Zoolander, and everyone's like, oh my god,
rubs his face off and gains facial features.
holy shit.
Wow, this show was glitterier than I remember it being. Jesus
Kesha.
Christ.
Kesha, is that you?
Oh my goodness.
That'd be funny.
It's funny because I'm going through these like images from harem series, and at a glance I can tell exactly what the character archetypes are. I mean, look at this picture I'm sending you guys. I know we don't see it on the radio show, but I mean, like I glance at this and I go, oh, that guy with the stern eyes and the long black hair probably has a secret.
Wait, so
I
wasn't
think the
Loren
blonde is
School...
essentially the girl with the big boobs?
Yeah, girl with big boobs, but it's a guy.
Yeah.
So like, guy with nah, I'm not even
You
gonna
have
think.
your token lolly, or
Yeah, no, you have your honey senpai.
yep.
Look at that dress, though, guys.
Yeah, I think Oran Host Club is actually a pretty decent harem series now that I think about it.
Yeah.
My god, this
Although
whole
it
time.
has the advantage of only, I don't know, it only focuses on the romantic aspect for a narrower range of the cast.
Right. There is like
I
the
guess
teasing. There's teasing of romance for each character. There's like, well, okay, except for
But
Honey
only
Senpai's.
3 of
little-
them are actually interested in her.
Yeah, Honey Senpai's little butler and Honey Senpai probably not. Their banker guy. What's his name? Glasses guy.
it's-
Shady glasses. He's kind of maybe his episode focusing on him kind of teases. Edward Elric
Yeah.
is the main focus.
I don't know. I mean, the more I watch it, the more I think the twins are serious contenders, which is rare in a harem series. Normally, it's impossible to believe anyone but the first one has a chance.
I actually, the twins actually make a more interesting partner than the first guy.
Yeah, but, well, I mean, come on. When is the first person actually the most interesting?
I mean, I hate to use Sword Art Online as an example, but Asuna is
All right, I'll give you that.
Asuna is
said-
way more interesting than all the other girls. The other girls are basically filler girls.
As
That's
far as we
true.
got into Sword Art Online before we abandoned it the first time, I'd say that it wasn't really much of a harem show.
Yeah.
So for those of you following along at home, Dionin was only shown the first half of season 1.
We all
and Dionin
only
was
watched
told.
the first half.
I was convinced for the longest time that was the entirety of season 1. Everyone told me, "Oh no, it gets worse after that." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, season 2 is bad."
Yeah.
And everything online said, "Oh yeah, season 2 is bad." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm glad I stopped where I did." And then I go talk to my little brother at home, and he's like, "Oh no, season 1.5 is what we call the second half of season 1." I go, "Wait, it continued after that? Him walking in the hospital with the long hair? That's a perfect place to end the
yeah,
series."
that was so good.
We stopped watching Sword Art Online when they left Sword Art Online. I mean, it was a good decision. And when we went back for more, I agreed even more that we made the right choice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was so hard.
It's not a perfect series. In fact, it's got a lot of issues, but you know.
Yeah, no,
it's-
we're actually working on purchasing the live-action adaptation rights to fix all those
Oh, yeah,
problems.
good luck with
Right,
that. It's
right.
one of the most popular anime currently on my anime list, which
Yeah.
means something, I guess.
Yeah, so all we need is a few $1 billion. So, Bill Gates, if you're watching, just hand
They
it
did a
over.
live action Fist of the North Star on a slight tangent. It was one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
Has there been a good live action anime?
Yes, Death Note and Mushishi.
Oh, yeah, that was so good.
Mushishi got an amazing live action
Wait,
series. but-
Mushishi, that's fine. I mean, it does not rely on anything you couldn't do in live action.
Yeah, Mushishi is like a PBS documentary. That's the best way I could put it. I mean, it's one of those anime that doesn't really flow like an anime. It flows like I don't know what, like a book almost. It's actually is
Particularly
Mushishi adapted?
slow-paced book.
Oh no, Mushishi's adapted from a manga. That really is weird because even for a manga, that's a little weird.
All right. So, back to our topic.
Back to our topic.
Yeah, our show.
Yeah. So, gay harem protagonist. Now we need a good motivation for him, so he doesn't seem just like an asshole. Now,
Well, he's being attacked by things. I was saying.
all right,
the
he's
girls
being
are.
attacked. I was actually going to point to something a little more lighthearted, since once again, comedy. I mean, someone
Yeah.
fighting for their life is never quite as funny as someone fighting for.
I don't know. Jackie Chan made an entire living of making someone fighting for his life
Yeah, but
funny.
you never worried about Jackie Chan dying, though.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, so it's hard to sympathize when he's definitely going to win.
Yeah.
So, all right, say it's a tournament-style story.
All right, I like it.
All right.
Like, the guy finds the strongest fighter, and it's first girl.
Well, then
Probably
what
make
reason
her
does-
look like Asuna when she's in her battle garb, but when she takes off the wig, she actually has a unique character appearance.
So what's this world in wigs, man?
She's wearing the pink wig to try and she's what was it, light novel girl, as Digibro
Yeah,
said.
she's dressed up as light novel girl for the tournament because I don't know, maybe popularity has a role.
And then she takes off the wig and she's like, she's a blonde, but she's not like a big boobed
No,
blonde.
she has black hair.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I was gonna say like a blonde, but not like a big
I
boobed
don't
blonde
know.
like every anime has. So you know.
Yeah.
No, we'll have one of those. Don't worry about it.
Well,
Yeah,
we're gonna have
remember-
girls
Big
with
boobs girl
boobs.
stuffed her bra though, so
Oh, that's perfect. Yes. Oh my God.
Oh, and she's not actually that. Okay.
I remember
so no,
there's like
okay.
a gif of like some guy. He's like all excited, and like he's with this girl. And she's in a like their underwear, and she takes her bra off, and it goes from like D cups to A cups, and he just has the look on his face just changed from excitement to what?
Is that like Animal House?
Maybe.
Oh no, in Animal House he was feeling her up, and then he accidentally pulls the inserts out of her bra,
Yeah.
and then he
so,
finds out she's like 16.
So oh God,
Oh, that was a plot point. Where was that Animal House, or was I thinking of something else?
I don't remember. Whatever. But yeah, so the big boobed anime girl like not having big boobs, that'd be funny.
It would also be pretty funny as if she had the whole like, oh, I just play at being dumb to wrap people around my finger. I'm actually very wise, and I'll take
yeah, but her
care of
friend just looks behind her behind her hand.
Oh, no, that would be so good because like she says this. Oh, I just pretend to be dumb to wrap people around my finger, while she's talking to gay harem protagonist.
It's like he's just okay, all right. So we give him like a what was the girl's name from Around Host Club?
No, I'm figuring it out.
That was Haruhi.
Yeah.
Haruhi.
Haruhi.
Yeah, like a Haruhi like internal monologue like criticizing things because you need stuff like that. That's
course.
what made that show really funny.
Yeah, let's. I'll call up Johnny and Vash and get him in on this.
Ooh. I don't know. Okay, well, the thing
Don't
about
think
Johnny
about-
Young Bosch.
Don't
is
think about it
he's-
too hard. I don't
No,
think
no,
Johnny,
Johnny
Young
Young
Vash
Bosch
is
is
gay
the-
enough.
All right, so your voice actor's talking to you. Johnny Young Bosch is an action star.
Yeah.
He like think of it as voices, his roles.
Johnny Bosch voices the tomboy.
Ooh. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. Or the boyfriend.
Yeah. Oh, so the boyfriend is actually a good fighter.
Okay, but here's the thing: is that you can't make him too good a fighter because then you say to yourself, "Well, why doesn't he try and have the boyfriend help him then? Because they have a relationship.
Depends on what his motivation is.
Yeah.
Maybe
We'll get it in post.
If
Jeez.
it's a tournament style thing, maybe they go to different schools because obviously all tournaments are high school based.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Oh, then there's conflict.
Oh, then they can show up at like the big like
Maybe
semifinals
he's just
fight.
trying to show up his boyfriend.
Wait, no, because then he becomes
There's
less.
no way you could beat me in the tournament, honey.
He becomes
well,
a
not
little
in singles, but
sympathetic.
we could do it in duels. Or
Oh, no, 'cause
doubles. Is that
you
what
have
it's called?
fighting, and it's like like, oh, why aren't you helping me? I don't. I'm just calling him Kirito now. Kirito, why aren't you helping me? Oh well, that guy looks really strong and really. I don't know if I feel comfortable fighting him.
I'm shy. he's like totally calm and suave around chicks, but he sees a cute guy and he's like, oh, no.
No, that would be so funny if you have one of the girl he's paired with for that fight is like, oh my god, he's totally acting like he likes that guy. That is so hot.
What if they crush on both the same dude? That'd be
No,
hilarious.
no. That's how he seduces the one holdout. She's not at all interested in him when he's trying to flirt with her, so he just starts acting more like himself.
Do we just make a gender swapped Aura on Host Club?
Maybe.
No, I think we just made a really twisted, weird thing.
Do we just do a thing that's kind of weird?
Yeah.
That's what we do. That's why we're here.
I'm just imagining during the fight with his boyfriend, his partner gets taken out, and he's just like, I don't know.
Wait,
He's
so
just
if-
doing the puppy dog eyes while they're trying.
So
while
if this guy
everyone
was-
else, like they're staring each other down.
So if this guy wasn't good at like fighting by himself and he's convincing other people to go, like what does he actually do during the fight? Like what does he do?
He's a
Surrealism?
buff wizard.
No, all right.
No buff wizard.
So
Shield wizard.
his only talent is that he's charismatic, right?
Oh.
So psychological warfare.
All right, go
You could
go
do
on.
Joseph Joestar style like tricks and shenanigans to make up for weakness.
Oh, it sounds like surrealism has an idea. What you got?
All right, so the thing is, what he does in the fights depends on how long the series lasts. If it's
Yeah.
just a few episodes, you can get away with using similar strategies for each one. Actually, no. You don't need to have a go-to strategy if it's just a few episodes. But, you know, at one point he can just, like, set up a lawn chair in the back, say, yeah, I'll deal with you if you can get past her. And, you know, hypes her up, but makes them think they have an even harder fight coming if they beat her.
Yeah, and then she just wipes the floor with him.
Yeah, because he picked the strongest person. That's the premise.
It's doable. I remember. I haven't shown you enough Series 2 JoJo yet, but the basic concept of the whole series is he really, really sucks at fighting, and he's fighting like metaphysical gods. And his entire like first fight hinged around the fact that he pulled a stupid stage magician sleight of hand trick and managed to hit the guy in the face. And the guy is so prideful that as he then followed up with a whole flurry of blows, the guy's like, I will take these blows as punishment because I was so foolish as to let you hit my face. Then he escaped from that, and then as he was about to, like, die after getting beat down, he goes, wait a minute, you can't let me die right now. I mean, I'm the first guy to hit you in the face. Think of how good I'll be in a month. So he does the entire, like, he basically stalls until help can arrive.
Yeah, it sounds like the psych tree.
Yeah. Or, well, like, his whole gimmick was all he knew was, like, sleight of hand and stage magic tricks, and so he would do things like... He had a whole fight based around setting rope on the battlefield.
Should gay harem protagonist be a theater guy?
Yes!
So, alright, if magic's a thing, maybe he knows, like, really basic illusions.
Yeah, like he knows silent image.
Stage magic.
He did theater tech stuff before this. So,
Oh, that'd be cool. That would add in a lot of like interesting little things. Like
so
there's just
he can make it look like he's charging up for an attack to get them to look at him while his partner just walks up behind him and hits him in the base of the spine.
stab.
There's also a lot of shenanigans you can do with an illusion guy.
Yeah, but not really complex illusions, you know?
Well, you know, you could do like
he
the
just
art
has
of substitute.
gradually building light around him while he takes what he thinks of as a martial arts stance.
Yeah. Wow. What is your secret attack? Well, I suppose.
Well,
you'll
I
never
didn't
find
need it.
out.
She knocked you out.
No, you have a scarecrow, right? That looks kind of like you, and
Gotta
you use
keep your
illusion to
ace
make
in
it
the
look a
hole.
little more like you, and then you switch places with it. It's, you know, basic illusion stuff.
Yeah, normal
Yeah,
stuff,
well,
dude.
the thing in the lawn chair hasn't actually been him since the first bell rang.
I've been over here mixing a mojito. Wow, that's
Oh
pretty
no!
gay.
I showed you surrealism. I showed you the when he fought the vampire, and he's like, "Haha, what? I shot you in the head and the throat." Yes, but look closely. Look at the clock behind me. It was a mirror. See, I saw that there was a mirror in this restaurant, so I switched which hand I was holding my gun in.
All right.
Do you remember that?
I do.
Fucking madness.
The open a fight by unloading a gun into a vampire and then throwing grenades at him, and then use basic stupid sleight of hand tricks to avoid getting hit again.
It's crazy.
Take
Right.
a hostage with this girl. Do you not know how hostages work? I don't know who she is. I don't care if she dies.
Yeah. Okay, so. So, psychological warfare, basic illusions and misdirection, and of course, if there's a female opponent, convince them that, you know, they're in love with him so they can't hurt him.
Yeah.
It's all bluff. All of this has been put into bluff.
Yep.
Just all bluff. And I have an ability that lets me put points in more than is normally allowed.
Do that to familiars.
Whoa. All right.
It's only really worth it.
So-
for Cap.
I like it.
Other thing that should happen at some point, first girl or his partner, or whoever he's working with at the time, figures out he can't actually fight at all. And maybe the opponent does too. So she just loads him into heavy armor and uses him as a club.
No. But like, so they got like the ranking system for like, you know, who's doing the better in the fights, and all of the kills count as his because he's the one actually hitting them. Because he's the weapon.
This is the point where things heat up because first girl wants to change partners because she hates that.
Oh
It's
man.
just such an effective combo. He's so good. Haven't wielded anything so mighty.
Hey, when I build prop armor, I build it to last. I'm a good theater tech.
Well, it turns out that a weapon is actually really effective when it's yelling insults and playing mind games with your opponents as it bludgeons.
Yeah, like they do the lock swords thing, and then just the face plate just shink goes up, and it's like, there's a dude in here.
No,
Your family
they-
never loved you.
They do the lock
What?
swords thing, and he just pops out his arm and he starts unscrewing the bolts that hold the other guy's weapon together.
Or just pokes him in the eye.
Mind freak. Ow.
Oh, wait, no. So he spoke to the opponent before the match and tells a joke that would make them laugh. And gets them to break during a fight.
That's good. I want it to like be one of those really big drawn out things where like he tells a joke and it's laughing and it was like clearly this big thing, but it does that like the anime, I don't know, not exposition, but like they explain why this joke worked. Like, yes, I had seen him seeing this and hanging out here, so I knew he
saw
would
it.
find this funny.
I saw a copy of Life of Brian in his backpack, so I knew he would appreciate a Monty Python joke.
He stole my favorite trick.
Sucker never knew it was coming. Like that dead parrot. Just hear the guy laughing in the background again.
Damn it!
I like it.
I like when it shows. Okay, so the battle recap thing is a thing that annoys me about a lot of battle series, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's really important. Like for example, Naruto, the battle recap thing is good for some of their shenanigans. Like when you
Basically,
first
anytime
see,
Kashi does a thing.
or when they first did the windmill shuriken substitution freak out on Zabuza.
Yeah.
That was really cool, and I liked the recap explaining what happened. But they recapped it 3 more times, and
Yeah. The older animes are really bad at just trying to fill time.
Yeah.
oh god, yeah, no,
And I mean, we all know why that is. You know, they come out with the manga, they start making the anime. There's not enough manga. They just kind of make filler crap and go over and over and over.
Well, that's not only the case. Sometimes in the manga they explain the situation way too much, because in the manga format you can have characters constantly commentating on the fight.
Yeah.
So you'd sometimes just have people continuously talking, and that's a big issue I'm having with JoJo right now.
Easier to skip
is-
around it too.
The guy who wrote it used to write it weekly. It was in Weekly Shonen Jump, and it kind of shows.
Hmm.
Like, characters frequently re-emphasize what's going on. I mean, you get that in a lot of like older comics that were syndicated weekly, like old Superman comics. Constantly say like, "There's no time to lose. The bomb is going off in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
5 minutes until the bomb goes off."
That makes sense. And I think that's one of the things that, honestly, I think I mentioned that shitty anime Astra Score, the one Digibro who did that episode on. Viewers at home, if you haven't seen that, it's great. Digibro, awesome dude. But that one, like to its power, it's only 12 episodes, like for the first season. And I think that's really good because, like back in the day, when things would be kind of tied to these release schedules, then like, oh, you have to come out with something new every week, go, or like with American television, oh, we have a 24 episode season, so good, you're gonna have to come up with 24 interesting episodes that will keep the ratings up. Good luck.
I'm
But
starting to wonder if American syndication might be a bit of a problem. I mean, American seasons, from after watching British and Japanese series, oh my god, American series are really long.
yeah, they kind of got sucked into the madness of it. Like, honestly, they just keep things alive until they suck. Like, remember House? I don't know if you don't like House, but it was. I found it all right for the first while, but then it just wouldn't die. And
Remember
I'm
that time when
gotta-
that
yeah.
girl supermodel turned out to be a hermaphrodite with testicular cancer in her ovaries? That's when I thought House was getting a little crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's if your base concept if your show is really formulaic like that, it can only go on for so long before it sucks. But you can also just try to break the formula and end up with a totally new show that may or may not be good.
Yeah, like how Jag brought us NCIS.
Or how Supernatural is basically a different show after season 4.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
funny, because I
NCIS
started
is-
watching it season 5.
Yeah, if you watch before that, it's a Monster of the Week show, and I actually really dig Monster of the Week shows.
Yeah, but it's a formula. I mean, their formula only worked as long as they could think of new monsters or new gimmicks for the monster to have.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Making things off of a formula, like, I don't want to say that's bad. That's not like the kind of thing I would want to make. But if you have a good formula and you figure it out, then keep working it. Like
And quit while you are ahead.
it's annoying, but like with what is it on American television right now? Like 80% of everything is a freaking cop show.
oh yeah, 'cause
like
it's
the
easy
original,
to write it's really
yeah.
easy to write a Monster of the Week for a cop show.
Yeah, and the NCIS has it figured out. Like I've been watching that with
Monster
Colin.
Monster of the Week is tournament arcs for American series.
Yeah, and it's fine. And there's just so many different permutations of a criminal you can go through that people will forget the last time some other show did it.
Right. And, it takes a certain amount of risk-taking to change up the formula that I think a lot of people aren't comfortable with. I mean, I know I'm going on the series again and again, but the new JoJo did just come out, so it's kind of on my mind.
Oh.
Like, for the first, 2 years of that show, it was a gothic horror story, and then he's like, hey, I'm going to kill off the protagonist. Spoilers. For 30 years ago. I'm going to kill off the protagonist, and now this show is an adventure series. And then he's like, all right, let's skip the time ahead to the 80s, and now it's a travel series. You see, now it's a Monster of the Week show where he's fighting people. He fights a new bad guy with a new unique power every week, and then it's going to end with him in Egypt. He's going. So I liked that because they kept the pacing going where they were constantly making progress towards a goal, and then they'd fight a new guy every week. And then they're like, all right, now I'm going to make it a slice of life show. And he did. And it was awesome. And he's
right.
like, all right, now let's make it a show about a guy's rise to power in the criminal underworld. All right? And then he did that for a couple of years. And he's like, now I'm going to make it about a woman's prison.
Yeah, well,
I
we
mean-
kind of had an open title, isn't it? It's called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, right?
Right. It
The
doesn't
adventure
really
is
have any
it's
binding-
consistently bizarre.
Yeah. It's just the only goal is it has to be consistently bizarre. It has to feature someone from this family. And it's not bound to anything else.
So
Someone has to be named JoJo.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they stretched that with Geo.
Those monsters. So, on the topic of things living too long, we do actually kind of have a loose rule here at Easter Egg Productions for the stuff we make, we're working on, where we can't start something until we have at least some sort of end in sight. So how would this show, which I guess is we're calling Gay Harem Protagonist, which we should really come up with something
It's a working title.
20% less offensive before we publish that. But how would that progress? Like, what sort of end would we have in sight for that show? Like, where would we go?
Yaoi Maru.
Well, to figure out how something ends, we have to figure out what the point of it is. We still haven't named a goal for him.
Yeah, so let's do
Even
that.
if it is a tournament story, why is he in the tournament?
Well, we mentioned earlier maybe he's trying to. It was like a bet, oh hey, you could never.
It's not a very
his-
compelling end
No,
game.
Yeah, but-
his boyfriend was like, you couldn't do what I do, that kind of thing, which would normally result in them switching bodies.
Yeah.
But, that's just not what
Work
happened
out
this time.
I don't know.
Because they make out all the time, so it fixes it automatically.
Right.
I'm just
All right.
trying to
So
think of because he's a theater tech, so it's implied that this school, in addition to being a battle school, is also like a normal
Got it.
school.
I've
Right.
got it.
What's up?
All right. So he's a theater guy, but his boyfriend's a duel guy. Is a jock.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
he wants to get into the same college his boyfriend is going to, but they have a really they don't accept applicants who don't have some sports background.
It's like West Point.
So he only has one semester to get enough of a sports background to be accepted at this school. So he has to basically ace an entire tournament season.
Dude, say
That's
it.
nice and consistent.
Say it.
It's tight.
What am I saying? Oh, I shit gold.
Yeah. Yeah. That's amazing. that's a great story. Like, I want to watch that. Like, sans all the funny stuff. That seems interesting by itself.
All right,
And
but
funny.
The thing is, so he's a terrible fighter. He knows basic illusions, and he's really good at convincing people to do things.
So he has to game the system. Like,
Yeah.
the
By
mechanical system
getting
and the
most
hearts and minds
powerful
of others.
partner. And, I don't know, convincing her to transfer schools and switch to the doubles division.
Nice. I like it. Great. So he's trying to follow his sweetheart to college. That's adorable.
Yeah.
And not to mention, the stakes are nice and low, so it's not have to be an end of the world thing.
Even if they like, this is a story where they can fail at the end and still have a feel-good ending.
Yeah. I like that.
Oh man, that'd be like some sad, like, an actual, like, the sad high school stuff. It's like, oh, now everyone's leaving their hometown and going places.
Yeah.
Then you play that
So-
sad Walking Away song from the Hulk.
All right, so
It's called The Lonely Man, by the way.
You're a lonely man.
at the end, the guy bows out of the tournament because he realizes it's not fair to cheat his way through and steal victory from someone that this actually means something to.
Oh boy, wait till he
Then
gets to
all
college.
of the girls come together and explain to him how much he's helped them.
Yeah, but then they also explain how they really would appreciate it if he bowed out now. Because he really is ruining it for everyone.
I like it.
So is that how it ends? Does it just end with him like?
All right, so one by one, the girls find out he's gay.
All right, I like it.
And,
But no, like, what do they do? How do they find out?
All right, Big Boobs Girl has to walk in on him and his boyfriend, obviously.
obviously.
Like,
This
you know,
deflates
we do
boobs.
the gray out heartbreaking animation, but then she like pulls out her phone and starts taking pictures.
This is legitimately impressive. He's
like,
more acrobatic than I thought.
This is really hot.
He is. Let us not kid ourselves. He is still very pretty.
Yeah,
It's
mean,
a jock and a pretty boy. What do you want?
This is just like all of my adult-rated fanfics.
Excellent. Yeah, alright, so that's good.
All right, so that happens with one of them. One girl probably just notices he's not checking out any women, and every time she thinks he is, it's actually the guy next to them.
This whole time! There has to, like, be some big conspiracy theory
zoom
realization.
in on her face, like zoom in on her eye, and then like in grayscale, you show every single time he's like, I'm just not interested in you, and then her mind connects, showing his line of sight, tracking it to then like patterns again and again and again, and then
This
like one of
makes
the
a
things
triangle.
I heard is him saying, "Oh, I'm gay, by the way."
He just broke character for a minute.
Like he got made really uncomfortable at one
I
point.
don't like women.
So that's what he meant.
Oh, I thought he was playing hard to get.
Oh,
Like
man.
all the others.
Like, oh no. Okay, so when the girls figure it out, can he like help them out with their personal issues that makes them so fucking like crazy?
Some of them, yes.
Yeah,
Like,
if
yeah,
you did that
some
for
of-
everybody, I think it'd be too
Which
samey.
you're not even supposed to sympathize with.
Well, yeah, no, but like some girl is like, you ever consider like taking it slow and like telling a guy you like them instead of like grabbing his dick?
And how do you communicate this?
You need to learn how do you communicate this? I don't know, like
With words?
tell him that you're attracted. No, he has to make the first move.
I failed
Why?
English. Because I'm shy.
And then, all right, so he has to explain then, if you make the first move, then you get to be the one who dates out of your league, and points to his boyfriend.
Yes!
No,
That.
you gotta like that would actually be kind of cool. Is if like it makes the character less of a dick, if like he has sympathetic moments and also redeems because you could have the girl being like terrible and all that stuff, and then if you have him redeem the girl at the end, it makes you not feel guilty about liking that character.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, so we've got a good idea for, like, the main dudes and kind of the people around them. A little bit. So let's flesh out, like, some antagonists for some of the arcs. So we got a tournament arc.
Well,
Well,
I
the
got,
well, tournament arc.
Some of the antagonists just are the girls in a standard harem anime.
Yeah,
Right.
but like what are they? I'm not 100% familiar with, like...
All right.
Who
First,
who
you
would
have
fit
first
best?
girl who is usually also tsundere,
Alright.
and we've covered her pretty extensively at this
Yeah.
point,
Right.
I think.
There's also there needs to be there's usually a girl that's related to him but not blood related, so it's not creepy that she
Sword
wants to bone him.
is blood related and creepy, man. Sword art.
Yeah. I don't.
And,
Okay, yeah.
A lot of stuff. And
Yeah.
I've read too many comics where they've had the creepy blood related girl win, and I go, oh, that's not a really great end game for you, man. But more power to you.
Um,
Oh,
All
that's
right,
usually.
so-
Oh, there's also the childhood friend. Also, sometimes takes that role.
So, all right, childhood friend needs to be like, I was sure he was gay.
This whole
But you see
time.
him with all these girls, and you're just like, oh, I guess he's not gay anymore.
Well, in that case, I have a chance.
Oh no, that's so
Make
sad.
that one fast. We
Oh,
wanted to
man.
maintain a sympathetic status.
No, it has to not work out because like he didn't know, like he thought that she knew, and like was accidentally leading her on.
Yeah, all right. He thought that she was in on it and was helping him support his cover story.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
That'll be like the big like the cliche like trust betrayal moment of romance crap.
See, there's
Like,
also
I didn't know you didn't know. I'm so sorry.
There's also usually a little moe, and for those not familiar with Japanese terms, moe means a little cute bobble-headed girl
Yes.
that makes all the guys go, "Aww." They're
Diminutive.
really popular for some reason. I don't know. Well, I don't like them.
Yeah,
but
it's
they're really
essentially the
popular.
same word. It's what cute is supposed to mean in English, like
Uh,
childish and young and cute and not sexual.
Moe means budding, so yeah, kinda.
Yeah.
It's
All
cute
right.
in a very specific kind of.
All right,
weird way.
so either we're looking at a rookie like the freshman mage, or maybe someone who skipped grades.
That's usually pretty common, yeah. Usually that also often overlaps with the childhood friend. Let's not do that.
So what if? Okay. No. So it's not the childhood friend. It's the adorable one who skipped grades, and the guy is too uncomfortable to seduce her, so he just has to pull the "I can't hit women" card and surrender in that battle. Sorry, I'm too gallant. You knocked out my female partner, which means that I can't fight you.
So that's how he
Oh, and
covers.
then he gets more points for being chivalrous.
That's how he maintains the facade of like being a badass, like with ultimate moves and shit. It's like, oh, I could not fight you alone.
There's also usually what is commonly
Oh,
called
the heavy armor fight needs to be the last one, where he's used as a club. Like, at that point, jig is up, everyone knows he's not fighting.
Can we have the theme song play over that fight? Like, ironically,
Yes.
Obviously.
because theme song power-ups are like my big.
Okay. The theme song starts playing really low, and every time he is used as a bludgeoning weapon, he gets more concussed, and the song gets louder.
Rules of nature.
We're doing it! The fight's been over for 20 minutes. We're doing it! We're gonna win!
Yeah.
Someone take him to the...
Adrian. Okay, now I want his boyfriend to be called Adrian, so we can make a Rocky reference.
We can do it.
Uh,
Nothing's stopping
Make me
us.
that.
Adrian. So there's also usually what is known in many theater circles as the manic pixie dream girl, which is where you have a girl that's so vibrant and full of energy and fulfills a lot of guys' like wish fulfillment of an active girl that also really likes you. It's usually popular in Hollywood more than anime. No, actually, it's popular in anime.
Okay. The way he helps Manic Pixie Dream Girl is he helps her kick her stimulant addiction.
Oh, that's dark.
Well, it's just coffee with some cocaine in it.
Just coffee with cocaine.
Really, there's less
yeah.
cocaine than caffeine.
Or, no, he convinces her she doesn't need to pretend to be happy all the time to make friends.
Oh, that's
no,
that's,
we weren't
I
supposed
know-
to make
I
something
know
feely.
actors.
No, you need feels. The
No,
feels, because that way
feels.
people could say, I don't watch it for the softcore porn, I watch it because it's got real feeling, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's got good writing. I mean, that's how people defend
Okay.
other shit.
Every good comedy has a few real moments. I mean, think about One Punch Man whenever Moomin Rider is on screen.
Moomin Rider.
Kamen Rider is the people's champion.
Just not too many.
Yeah, he appears like twice.
I love Moomin Rider.
No, he
Yeah,
appears
so,
3 times.
Like
So,
at the end of the episode where he does the "I'm a sympathetic character" thing and not just some asshole who's leading a herd of women on.
yeah, like I said, you need to have moments to, like, you can have an asshole character, but you need to have moments that ground them. I mean, I think Mr. Enter, who's another YouTuber, has a thing where he says, every character that we're supposed to sympathize with needs redeeming traits, and being funny is not a redeeming character trait.
Yeah, if you're supposed to sympathize with a character, they need redeeming traits, but they also need at least one non-redeeming trait. Like, people mess up both ways a lot of the time.
Oh yeah, totally.
On the
I
far
mean,
end of the non-redeeming trait scale, you have House. I mean, at some point, it just became impossible to root for that asshole.
why is he not arrested? I mean, I
Because he has a
Was a few
license.
times, but he
I was
successfully lied. And
I was on his side until he ran a car through his ex-wife's house. It seems a little much.
Well,
Yeah.
in his defense, it was the garage.
it's still like I don't know, man.
It was an open air garage.
All right. On the other side of the scale, you have Superman.
Yeah, like well,
Give
actually,
the
honestly,
guy a lot.
he goes on both sides of the scale based on who's writing him.
All right.
A lot of people write him as a big dumb hero. I don't know. I'm not even. That's an entirely different can of worms. I could talk about that forever.
Yeah, on the
One Punch Man helped me realize a lot
middle of the scale, you have Saitama, who is kind of lazy, but like sticks up for other heroes the way other heroes stick up for everyone else.
Yeah, he's he's got that kind of thing where he realizes that the greatest sacrifice and like harm he can do to himself is his image. So he he sacrifices parts of his image for people because he doesn't need to sacrifice himself physically. That's what makes him a sympathetic hero.
I'd say that's why the writer added that trait. I
Maybe.
think Saitama in general just understands what it's like to want to be a hero, and so he's willing to take that hit because he doesn't want to see anyone else hurt like he is.
Also, he's
Right, he's-
perfectly confident in his abilities to
Yeah,
be a
that's the
hero.
other thing.
Hang on.
Heroism
I don't
spare.
think Madoka has any non-sympathetic traits.
She's kind of dumb, but other than that, she doesn't. But the thing is, Madoka isn't really the engine of that story.
She is kind of a MacGuffin.
Yeah, she's
She's
luggage.
I was gonna say she's the harem girl. She's the protagonist.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, actually.
Oh, that's another one we're missing. The high-class, refined woman.
Oh, have you guys
Anthony.
seen Food Wars or Shokugu no Geko?
Yes. Oh,
No,
oh
it
God!
is-
You talking
I
about
have
that
heard
fucking
about
bitch?
No, because like the female lead, the standard main female lead, the normal tsundere, is totally that, just over the top, so high class. I'm above everything.
Oh yes, that's the princess or the hime type. Which
Yeah, all right.
is
So,
upper class
and
woman,
tomboy.
refined.
I think that completes the set.
yeah. All right, we're good.
Yeah, totally.
All right, so
Um,
the princess. What happens with the princess? What's her character arc?
Let's see.
And
Well, I'm
is
thinking
she?
of
Do you
going
think
on-
she should be the character we just never sympathize with?
yeah. Well, that's easy to do. I mean, like if you think about princesses from other series, so the princess from Tenchi Muyo was Ayeka, obviously the worst girl. He actually doesn't he end up with Ayeka though?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But we already know who our guy's gonna end up
Barely
with.
seen any Tenchi Muyo, so
I used to watch it a lot. I'm trying to think of other princess type characters.
I
Ayeka
know
keeps popping up.
characters that are a princess,
I
but
don't
they're
know,
not really
Weiss?
princess type.
I mean, she's
Yeah,
not
okay.
in a harem series,
Oh,
but
well,
she easily could be.
she's-
Just a few
yeah,
rewrites and
Weiss is-
Ruby is a harem story.
Weiss is pretty sympathetic, honestly.
In the end,
In the end. Oh, yeah, no. She's not easy to sympathize with. I mean, I guess that's how the princess characters usually work, because they're supposed to be all, like, ice queeny and kind of, like...
Pricey.
Yeah, and hard to get close to.
Yeah.
But they're
So,
actually...
What if
the
he
lowest.
what if he peels back a layer of the Ice Queen personality, and then she says something blatantly homophobic?
Oh, my God! Oh, my God, that would be amazing!
All right, and then he just goes back to his original plan to screw her over somehow.
Because he's been helping other people out, and so he's like, man, I maybe there's something with this girl. There's something I could do to help her.
And
Nope.
she does. She
Nope.
starts showing her tenderness,
Back-
and
Backing out.
makes some crack about his boyfriend.
And then, like, later he's with his boyfriend.
I hear that guy's a total. Oh no.
And then it shows him like after the credits, like in his dorm with his boyfriend. They're just chatting and I don't know, playing Halo because that's what gay guys do.
That's what I
Yeah,
do.
obviously.
And he's like,
That's what you decide who
so-
is on top.
and he says to him, you know, Adrian, I realize that sometimes when you defrost the outer layer of someone's shell, you realize that they can be an asshole. Like
sometimes
assholes can also have hidden depths of being jerks.
Sometimes it was a very important shell built around a core of poop.
Sometimes
when you peel an onion, the smell gets worse.
I like it. I like the name for the for the guy's boyfriend too, Adrian.
because of the Rocky. You ever seen Rocky Balboa?
No.
Or, Rocky. Adrian was the name of his girlfriend. and
Well,
after-
I
he's,
gathered
like,
that.
he's getting his like face caved in with fists. He's going Adrian, and it's Sylvester Stallone, so he already sounds like he's taken like 10 punches to the head.
My God.
Oh,
Yeah, I should watch that sometime. But yeah, our show.
It's
Pretty good.
it's really only good if you want to know how to make a good montage. Because oh my god, they make really good
montages.
Well, I already know
Okay,
about montages.
so we do need to do a montage when someone tries to teach him how to fight. Only, you know how in a montage you have the first sequence where they fail at each task, then a series where they get better each iteration.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he gets worse.
It's a beginner's luck
He's pushing
montage.
himself too hard, and he's not letting himself recover between the things.
Yeah. And his teacher, whoever's teaching him, isn't that good at teaching people.
It's like we don't have a lot of time.
do enough time.
Tsundere girl's teaching him, and she realizes that her techniques don't work.
Tomboy. Tomboy's teaching it.
Tomboy's teaching him. A childhood friend.
Oh, is childhood friend also Tomboy in this situation?
I don't know. If we have too many characters, we can consolidate.
Yeah, totally. She's like, usually people don't get worse at this kind of thing. Maybe we need to put you through harder training.
Maybe
Please.
you need more rest. Nah, let's throw you back in the
The
office.
Spartans didn't get more rest.
Because we don't have a lot of time. That's why we're in a montage.
We don't know. All right. So we
You think they gave extra rest
to
to
train you the right way. So we're going to. We only have a week to train you, so there's not going to be any time for sleep.
Maybe that's why this is they do it the right way.
Sprained ankles and like he goes into that fight wearing a bunch of casts.
Oh, that's when he's in the armor. It keeps him rigid.
I kind of want a moment because I like making fun of Spartans. I want to be like, did the Spartans have time to sleep when they were training? And he goes, the Spartans' entire society thrived on a slave labor system, so they didn't have to do
Then
work.
get back to work. Okay, so we have broken most of the bones in both of your hands.
That
I
makes
think
him
you're
stronger,
in
right?
strategy.
That makes him stronger, right? I'm having doubts of you as a teacher. Oh, can we have a cat girl?
No,
I mean, that's important for a harem series, right?
no.
Oh, damn it.
All right. What would a cat girl bring to this party?
The good question.
Manic Pixie Dream Girl's a cat girl.
Maybe
She wears cat ears unnecessarily all the time.
I'm
Yes.
I'm okay with it.
All right, good.
She
Sorry,
wears cat makeup too.
All right, and
like,
at some point, our protagonist pulls them off and says, "You don't need these," and then puts like a much larger hair on her that it matches her outfit better.
oh my god, that's what she knows.
Oh my god, I think we
No, that's when she falls for him. That's how he
actually-
seduces her.
Nice.
I actually remember playing a visual novel series that had a Manic Pixie Dream Girl cat girl who actually was a drug abuser was her thing.
Oh,
Wow, that's terribly sad.
That was no Yume Niku Kusuri was is really fucked up. Like that was it was basically there's a visual novel where there were three girls. The three girls were the shy girl that gets picked on all the time. There's the girl who is the class president and the class representative and all these like important things, and so she like ditches school and smokes and stuff. And then there's the strange cat girl who robbed the convenience store you worked at and does crazy like Manic Pixie Dream Girl things. And then if you get close to her and learn more about her, she's like a drug abuser.
yeah,
well,
right.
no, she tells you that she's a Kate she. She's like, oh no, I'm trying to go find Fairyland and stuff, and it just turns out that's what she calls going in the park and like doing a line of drugs.
All right, so I'm not too sure about the
It's
Manic
depressing.
Pixie Dream Girl thing. I know I've heard it before, and I've kind of got to think of it. But I'm going to open up the tropes page, and we'll give it a quick look over.
All right.
Let's see if I can find an
Break that up as
example.
well.
of Manic
So,
Pixie Dream.
gonna
Did you
read-
ever play Dragon Age 2?
No, nobody played that game.
Damn it! I was the only one. They had a Manic Pixie Dream Girl that single-handedly killed my interest in that because I used to really dig that kind of character because it fulfills a lot of men's fantasies.
All right, so I'm going to read the first paragraph of the tropes page. For our viewers at home.
For our viewers
Right,
at home,
so,
you could
let's say you're a soulful, brooding male hero, living in a sheltered, emotionless existence. If only someone could come along and open your heart to the great, wondrous adventure of life. Have no fear, the Manic Pixie Dream Girl is here to give you new meaning in the male hero's life. She's stunningly attractive, high on life, full of wacky quirks and idiosyncrasies, generally including childlike playfulness and a tendency towards petty crime. often with a touch of wild hair dye. She's inexplicably obsessed with our stuffed shirt hero, on whom she'll focus her crazy antics until he learns to live freely and love madly. All right.
Oh, Dharma and Greg.
anyone played by
Is it
Zoe
Manic Pixie Dream
Deschanel.
Girl?
And Zoe Deschanel.
Zoe Deschanel just as a character.
Well, actually, the examples they give here, I didn't think about this, but Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender is basically
What?
that, or Katara.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I went down to the Western animation section on the tropes page, and the third thing says, Aang in Avatar: The Last Airbender could be
Yeah.
considered this, not only to Katara, but to the entire world. This Messiah's message is, have fun, not wars. He moves out of it in later seasons to the point that halfway through Season 2, he was becoming a full-time grumpy bear, the wackiness then having moved over to Toph and Sokka.
Oh, tough.
Oh, and then
Tough?
there's Zooey Deschanel, just right there. Just literally Zooey Deschanel is listed, not her characters.
No,
Zooey Deschanel.
she was. Oh no, but
I don't know if she's ever played a character.
it's usually like they usually have one character in like a multiple romantic options thing, or in a central focus of a movie, who's very much like, we must learn to enjoy life. And I'm thinking of Dead Poet Society now for some reason. Let's see here. See what they say for movies. LA Story. Oh, Lilu in The Fifth Element. I can't believe I didn't think about that. That's. I guess it's because she doesn't have a lot of things that she says other than multipass.
Haruko and Furikuri until you find out about her true nature.
True
Oh
nature.
God, Furikuri was weird.
All right, well, let's not delve too deep into the tropes page. Let's only
Yeah,
use it to
it's
build
a trap.
Right.
crazy character templates.
Yeah, no,
Like, I think- what was it, Deadpan
Furikuri
Moe?
shouldn't be used as an example of anything. I mean,
Oh,
That's
come
like
on, man.
that's a beast in and of itself. It's one of those anime that's kind of like its own thing.
I don't know. I've never figured out a better way to explain the I'm sick of your bullshit ending than the final fight scene in Furikuri.
All right, that's fair. I like those those hard to categorize series. Like, remember when I tried to explain panty and stocking to my dad, and I said to him like imagine like if Powerpuff Girls was an X-rated comedy. That's panty and stocking.
Oh,
He's
okay.
like, why would you watch that? I'm like, 'cause it's really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
was funny,
it
it was
checks
good.
out.
I don't know. I just show people the AMV Danger Days. It gets the point across.
It does.
I think the AMV was better than some of the show, but don't
Oh,
tell
way better.
So the show kind of had the weird filler stuff.
The show was weird. I mean, I like the fact that it didn't have
Unsettling
any.
bits.
Some shows are good when they don't get up their own ass with continuity. I mean, like, I think one of the worst things that can happen is if you get way too smug and proud of yourself of your like internal continuity you made, like the Divergent series.
Yeah, they made movies out of that, right? Because
Yeah.
you know, I don't read books. I have a guy for that. Surrealism. Thank you for your tireless work. So yeah, I don't read shit, but like, they made movies of that, right?
It's actually kind of funny. They did that standard young adult novel thing where
Nice.
they take the last book and they split it into two movies. But the first movie
It's happened twice.
that just came out of the two-part last series
Yeah.
performed so badly that they slashed the budget of the finale, which they're obligated to make by contract.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of really curious what's going to happen.
I'm so sorry. They're gonna have to recut footage from the other movies.
I've seen it done well. I very rarely. I mean, I'm going on a tangent here. I've stopped myself. I was about to start talking about Apocalypse Now, and once I start talking about
Yeah. Well, whenever we start talking about Apocalypse Now, that's when we know it's time to stop.
yeah,
So, you know, do you guys have any anything to say about was it gay harem protagonist or gay harem show?
Let's see. We did figure out loosely how it ends. We covered our
Yeah.
bases with the primary characters.
It's an end
Oh,
in
were we
sight.
going to have a pure antagonist?
Whoa, what's that?
there's not really a pure
Yeah.
antagonist in these series. There's usually an
No.
insurmountable.
Jonah, shut up.
Remember, it's also a shonen series.
Oh, that's true.
What is the pure
Sure.
antagonist?
An antagonist who is just an enemy. You're never supposed to start sympathizing with them. The good ending is when they are defeated utterly, not when you turn them back to good.
The big muscly guy from Yu Yu Hakusho in that tournament.
yeah.
Every Sith.
If that happened, I
Dio.
think it would be not the battle thing, but it would be an antagonist in like theater or something.
You need to have someone who
School
is...
administrator is trying to get him kicked out of the tournaments.
Ooh, yeah.
Would he enter the tournament himself, though? I mean, you can't really have a fight scene with the school administrator.
No, he wouldn't. He's an antagonist, but not a combat enemy.
And
Or-
he sends a combat guy out to us to take him down.
Maybe he
sends a
like
ringer.
helps somebody cheat.
He
Yeah,
gets
or
a
has
transfer
people-
student in.
Convinces people to attack outside of the tournament.
Oh, and and brings in a transfer because you need a transfer suit in these kind of series.
Oh, maybe he like he breaks his partner's leg or something, or like something bad happens, and he's like,
Sweep the leg, Johnny.
You'll have to carry this fight. It's like, I literally cannot do that. That is not a thing I'm capable of.
Nope, I can't hit a woman.
Yeah, because he realizes he's ahead enough points or something. All right.
So there's someone that he can't fight directly, or the girls can't fight directly because he's a school administrator, but wants to ruin his life. That has some potential. I mean,
Yeah,
these
and
fighting
either
series.
because of personal enmity or just because I don't know the the coach hates theater kids.
Yeah,
yeah, all right.
Honestly, sometimes
He was beaten
when
up
you
by
have-
theater kids when he was young.
when he had aspirations to go into sports when he was young, but you see, his father pushed theater too hard.
No, damn it, we made him sympathetic again. Shit.
No, that was an episode of South Park.
Oh.
Sorry. That was their High School Musical parody.
Oh, okay.
The kid really wanted to be a basketball player, but his dad would not let anyone who was a jock into their family. It's like, you're no son of mine!
No, the coach knows he's not a good fighter. He absolutely hates that.
He's gaming the system.
Yeah, or maybe he's just mad that someone waltzed into the
Killing the integrity of the sport.
tournament during the final round of their last semester in school and is winning.
Yeah, he totally
yeah.
he thinks that the guy's motives are much greater than just, I want to go and transfer over to be with my boyfriend.
Yeah, he's mocking the sport itself.
Gotta be a star, kid.
All right, and then he just, when he's reffing a match, lets the other team foul the protagonist's team blatantly.
That's good, because with the villain you can't fight, it becomes a lot more satisfying.
Especially
God.
since this guy's a charisma hero.
Which means that he can defeat the guy socially, so he can actually have a victory of his own. That's actually amazing. You shit gold.
All right. So part of the reason he walks out of the tournament is so his team can
So that
he
guy
ends up
stops
walking out of
harassing
the
his team.
tournament as part of his plan to defeat this guy.
And then he gets all of the he gets some kind of group of
Jonah?
for the benefit of his team, and it becomes kind of beautiful.
Okay, you're back.
Yeah, you cut out for a second there.
God damn it!
Yep.
All right, start over.
So I said, that way his biggest strength is that he's a social guy, and in ducking out and then rallying all the students together to turn against this person, he is helping his team for once in a very straightforward way, and gets to have a victory, and it's cool, and everyone can feel good. And
Yeah.
he actually did something that none of the other girls could do, because none of the other girls are charisma heroes.
Yeah, they're all hardcore.
All right,
fighters.
other thing that should happen. When he sends someone to attack them outside of the tournament, right? Sets it up so that the police only see that the girls beat the hell out of that guy. They don't see that he started it. So he uses his charisma powers to navigate the legal drama.
Ooh.
Wow.
That was actually a decent episode of.
That should lead to the
Chivalry Night.
final. Where he's like, I really shouldn't follow my boyfriend over here. I should go to law school.
Maybe law school, maybe back to acting, maybe he's going to, I don't know. Actually, what if, here's a thought.
Alright.
What if he has a fight with his boyfriend over, he wants to help out all of the new friends he's made in some way that will probably drive them apart, ends up fighting with his boyfriend and breaks up. And that's the end. It's choosing your friends over your lover.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
I don't know. There might be a way to do it good. Right now, with the way it's kind of framed in our moment here, seems a little hollow. But I think there's potential.
We'll have to look into that. I mean, it could be done well. It could be kind of cool to have a relationship that kind of doesn't.
Well, no, plus that would be the total subversion of the harem thing, where you start out you're single and then ideally
You end
you
with a-
you
you end
end
up
with a
with a
boyfriend. Or
Instead of you
girlfriend.
start out with a boyfriend and you end up with no one,
Yeah.
Not no one, just no lovers.
no lovers. Okay, that's fair. I'm going to college now. I mean, it's not like I'm losing my voice. Hang on. I'm gonna mute Mike.
Well, thank God he's gone now.
There we go.
Right,
Oh
so-
shit.
So yeah, maybe they break up at the end. All right, actually, you know what? Forget it. Whether they have a falling out or not, I think they should break up at the end
Yeah.
because
No,
the
I
happy
agree.
ending is not them going to the same school.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree.
Oh, well, this character...
Because you can have like
Jesus.
the character growth moment of them realizing we're just in high school, okay? We're just high school sweethearts, and in the grand scheme of our whole lives, that's going to be a big part, but it can't be the biggest.
Then end on a "damn it, I'm going to miss you" moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
That
I actually
may or
kind of
may not
dig
be
that.
softcore porn.
Well, that's what the doujinshis for.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, let the fan fiction handle that.
Yeah, they'll get it. They'll handle it. All right.
Okay, no, I want to have a line where the girl's like, so if you're not with him, or are you available now? And he's like, look, just because you stopped dating a guy doesn't mean you're not gay anymore. I mean,
Sorry.
sorry,
That's right. It's a comedy series. We have to enter the joke.
Yeah, it's not how that
The
works.
stinger after the credits.
Change. I don't think you could change that.
I still like you as a
Just
friend.
kiss me once, please. That's all it'll take. Okay.
Heck, damn, you are surprisingly gay.
Wow. You are a good kisser, though, and you need to
I
capitalize
know.
on that. I know.
Uh,
All right.
Oh,
Wait.
Other
we-
moment I didn't
Yep.
have a chance to bring this up. We need to do is the guy, our protagonist, announces his plan to his boyfriend, and his boyfriend needs to say something like, honey, I don't think you could pass for straight."
I could totally pass for straight. I could
hang on.
I
All
could
right.
totally pass for straight.
I'm doing it.
I
Bam, Rock Sampson voice.
all right, I'm doing it.
Honey, no one's gonna believe you.
I like tits and beer.
I like tits and beer, and I drive my Winnebago. Nah, oh, that's a
Is that
terrible.
a straight vehicle? I don't know.
Is it Winnebago straight?
Honey, this is the
Yes.
problem. You don't know. Oh god, they start off so
flashback
sweet.
moment right there.
I love it. I love it.
Oh my
All right,
god.
well, hey, we've chatted for about an hour and 10. I think we got a good idea here with, Gay Harem, or
I can't think of a name for this one.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
it'll come later once we build
step up.
once we build the setting and everything. But you know what? We've been chatting for a while, and you know what, guys? I don't think that we are sounding bored.